What's going on, guys? My name is Kalisha, and this is The Playlist. And today I have a special guest joining me today, and he goes by the name of Ace Rose. Welcome. How you feeling?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, of course. Thank you for being here anytime. Yeah. So I have to talk about your look, your fit. You're like a hip-hop rock star. You got the red hair going on. What made you decide, okay, I want to go with red and not any other color, like the platinum blondes or anything?
I'm way too pale to do blonde. And I had black hair because I think my roots are grown out. But I had normally brown hair, and I just looked really innocent and looked like I was the son of some golf instructor. And like I had it all black, but I looked like a Lego character from far away. Like it was just pale and just black, looked like a block.
The cut.
And then actually my little sister was like, you should do like another color. She was like purple, blue, red. And I was like, my favorite color is red for obvious reasons. And I was like, I'll do red. And I had like the faintest little line. And I felt like the coolest guy ever. Hey. And then it just kept adding and adding and adding. And now it's just all red.
All red. What did your parents say? Were they like, oh my God?
I think your mom always wants you to look like the son that she knows and loves and stuff.
Right.
But she kind of just was like, okay, well, I'm going to give up on trying to figure it out. Because now she likes the music. If she didn't like the music, I think she'd be like, you should,
right.
Brown's nice.
So would you say your parents are more like traditional, like, go and be a doctor, like a teacher, or they're like, hey, you chose to do music and we support you?
If I wasn't good.
Got it.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think doctor. My grades were not that great. I don't think I could be a doctor. But they were very much like, if you want to do art and, if it doesn't get to that point,
right, then
maybe think about something else. But my mom is like a self-help author. So what could she really say to me?
Exactly.
Like, go be a doctor. I was like, you didn't. You
Right. So what do your parents do? That's a great.
So my dad's a hairdresser.
Okay.
He's retired now. But if I see him, I'm still like, come on.
Right.
Give me a free haircut.
Right.
And then my mom is a self-help feng shui author.
Oh. Yeah. That's interesting.
Spiritual and all that stuff.
Super cool. My mom's a hairstylist, so it's always fun to have a hairstylist in the family, right?
It is, unless you go to someone else and they saw that you've gone to someone else and they're like, it's crap.
Yeah.
You got a horrible haircut.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're like, hey, turn around, let me see your hair, let me go through it. And then you're like, retired, but I'm still the best.
Exactly. My mom's done that to her husband. Like I guess he went and got a haircut elsewhere and then was like, why is my hair like longer on this side and shorter on this side? And she's like, this is a fucked up haircut. Like, who did your hair?
I didn't know we could curse, so now.
We in here. We in here. This is internet, baby. We can. There's no FCC, regulating this, so dope. You're free.
Sweet.
Okay.
Sweet.
So mom is like a feng shui type of author, you said, and dad's a hairstylist. What got you interested in saying, hey, like, I want to do music? Like, this is, like, when did you fall in love with it?
Because I was born in Europe, everything kind of came later in life because, like, things had to be imported and stuff.
Right.
So, like, I really heard music. Like, my first albums were, like, Outkast and then Bon Jovi.
Okay.
But my parents were very much into, like, Prince and, like, Motown and Billie Holiday. And my dad's, like, a Rod Stewart fan and all that type of stuff. And I've always loved music from afar, but I never saw myself as like being a musician. I did sing a little bit, and I have like my grandfather's ring on because he was somebody who like I sat on his lap and we like sing together. He's fully like doesn't understand English, so like he didn't know what I was singing about.
Oh wow!
But I got into music because of that. But I never thought of myself as like a rapper or hip hop artist or something like that. I just basically did like ciphers and battle raps, and I moved a lot of schools. So that's kind of how I fell in love more and more with hip hop. But it really became like a way of therapy for me because I went through like a lot of like there was like homelessness and bullying and like a lot of stuff that happened to me in my life. And I just didn't have like an outlet for that. So it really like I was like ripping beats off like YouTube and like let me just rap over it, and it just kind of became an outlet until there was something there that apparently sounded kind of good. And then I just kept going at it, and now makes so much
Yeah,
sense to
great.
who I am.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah.
You know, you're climbing the ladder and you're getting up there, and the music is amazing.
Thank you.
First and foremost, I have to say that your new single, "Go for Broke,"
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Shameless plug.
We was playing it before we started the interview. What's your message behind that record?
That's a good question. Well, as a songwriter, I think like I write everything for myself. So any sort of motivational record or anything, I always write for myself just to keep going. If like, you know, you wake up kind of shitty in the morning, you want someone to tell you like, nah, you're good,
Yeah.
keep going. So it's really just that kind of song. And just, if you go for it, like go for broke, you know what I mean? Like go chase what you're supposed to.
Yeah,
Unless you're shit, then stop.
exactly.
Someone's got to tell you. if
You
you're
were
shit.
talking about a female in the record. Is that a chick that you know? Is that like
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
So tell us. Can you tell us the story behind that?
Yeah, a little bit. It's not my current, like, I have a current girlfriend and she's amazing and lovely and a sweetheart. But there was a person in my life that was quite detrimental to me and quite abusive in
wow.
many ways. And
Mentally, emotionally, physically.
every box.
Wow.
Yeah. So, horrible relationship, but I wrote a lot of songs out of it. So I normally wouldn't say like, fuck that hoe. But
Yeah.
she was awful.
Oh my
And my
God.
mom would probably be like, man, fuck that hoe.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people don't realize this, but men are actually abused a lot more than women are. I mean, not to discredit, you know, that yes, women do go through abuse and all that. I don't want this to be taken the wrong way, but men deal with it a lot too. And I
Yeah.
think, you know, women sometimes think it's funny, like when they're hitting a guy or whatever. So I'm glad that you took note of that and was
Yeah.
like, hey, this relationship is abusive and I'm getting the hell out. And this isn't for me, because I feel like the toxicity sometimes in relationships, people stay in them like longer than they have to. Was it hard for you to walk away?
Yeah, 100%. Because it was like, didn't think I was going to get into this today. But it was like, because you're not, because like, man, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
she's short. Like,
She's short.
I shouldn't be in a position, but
Yeah.
it's like I was raised by like my mom is very like respectful towards women. I have little sisters. I'm obviously very protective.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, because you don't look at it like, must be me. Like,
Yeah.
it can't be her. But then people around you are like,
Pointing it
fuck
out.
that hoe. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's amazing. So, other than this record, "Go for Broke," that you've done, any other records that you're like you've taken your life lessons from and put it into music?
Yeah, not the next song because that's like a haunted strip club record.
Oh,
in the
okay.
way my girlfriend would say.
What does haunted strip club record mean?
Dark but seductive
Okay,
and a lot of 808.
all right.
Yeah, and that will come out like beginning next year.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to let Go for Broke kind of cook a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, and other music, yeah, I have a project coming out next year. I mean, pandemic, so every artist wrote
Yes.
5 projects. Some family members maybe shouldn't have a listen to it. And, yeah, I've definitely put myself in my music, but also I like you know, you're a rapper, like you like talking like I'm the best. Let me put my flag at the mountain.
Exactly.
But yeah, there's definitely.
I know a lot of artists, sometimes they take, you know, their friend situations or their family situations on what they're going through and what they've dealt with. Do you put any of that type of stuff into your music, or you use music solely to kind of as a therapy and like to vent?
It's vent, but it could be about you. Not about you, but like it could be. You seem very nice, but like it could be about people I've met. It could be like. What is that thing, like never date a musician unless you're ready to hear about yourself?
Yeah, I've had a few albums and songs written about me. Yeah.
Kind of a flex.
I have,
Yeah.
you know, but in a heartbreak way, which was like,
Oh wow.
I wish it was like the other way, you know, like I broke their heart, like.
Yeah.
But this is about you, not about me.
Yeah.
Have you ever dated a musician yourself?
Hell no.
No. Would you?
Hell no.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't want to hear about myself. Like I just, cause like you look at like Taylor Swift or like Olivia Rodrigo and like these like incredible like songwriters, and you're just like.
The
I
biggest.
don't know. My rhymes, like something rose. You're like he's talking about a rose a lot. Could be about me. And
So
like,
talk about the name. Talk about the name. So Ace Rose, where did you get that name from?
Well, my name's Andy, and so Ace is just a nickname for Andy.
Okay.
And then Rose was added because too many damn aces in the world.
Ah.
I thought I was slick with it. I was like, no one's called Ace. It's famous. I'm good.
Right.
No, too many.
You're wrong.
I was wrong.
So you didn't look before you did.
I did not. No. So I was like, I'm gonna go with Ace because I couldn't because I was like, Ace is such a powerful word. Like,
yes.
What else could I add to it? And it was a lot of like searching, and then my hair was red, and then someone brought it up, and I was like, that's a dumbass name.
Yeah.
And then I was like, might actually not be the worst name. And now, that's kind of how I have the name. So if I change my hair, I'm kind of screwed.
You know, well, I mean, I guess you don't have to have red hair to be.
Roses are different colors.
Exactly. You got blue
yeah.
roses and green roses and glittery roses now and roses that are like $500. So you expensive.
Yeah, I'm fancy.
You fancy. Where'd the style come from? Have you always had this type of style growing up as a kid?
Clothes or music?
Clothes.
Clothes. I'm basically dressing cool, like in a way that my 12-year-old version of me would be like, damn, that guy's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I look up to him.
But it kind of like, I don't know, we've all gone through like the serious skinny jeans moment and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm in my baggy clothes era.
It's
right now.
cozy. You look cool. Like, it has to be cozy. So, yeah, I just want to look like I'm awesome, I guess.
I like that. I like that. It's inspiring.
You gotta feel, look good to feel good.
100%. 100%. I feel like a whole different person like when I get my eyebrows done.
Right.
Like they get all bushy and then I get them done. I'm like, ooh, it's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
If you could go back like 15 years and tell your younger self something, like the little kid, that you were just talking about, what would you tell him?
Don't dye your hair black. It's a bad decision. Don't try to tan. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
And you never know where life is going to take you.
100%.
Yeah.
That's deep. I like that one. Talk to me about this tanning thing. Did you try tanning?
Of course I am. I'm pale. We all like...
But in the sun or a tanning bed, what'd you do?
I'm not going to tell all the secrets, but definitely the sun. Yeah, definitely been sunburned quite a bit. Definitely had the aloe vera on there.
Right.
I've had girls be like, I'm like 5'10", right? So like, I've had girls be like, oh, if only you were like tan at 6 foot.
Oh my God.
And I was like, listen, there's one thing I can do, and then there's one I can't. You know what I mean?
Right. Can't have it all, right?
Can't have it all.
You cannot have it all. Can't have the looks and
Blue
the
eyes,
amazing
I can
hair.
say what else you want from me.
Exactly.
I sound like such a dick on this.
No, you don't. No, you're being yourself. You definitely don't at all. All right, so you've been sunburned. I've been there too. Definitely been there before. But talk about your background. Like where? So you're says you're born in Europe, but you grew up in LA.
I grew up in LA,
and you live in London currently. But like, what is your background? Like you're like European, right? But do you know?
That's my government status.
Do you know?
Yeah, no, I'm Belgian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Belgian chocolate. I like Belgian chocolate. It's really good.
Yeah, I was born in Belgium, and then I moved my mom brought me to America.
All right.
Yeah,
do you know why your parents left Europe, came to?
My mom, just for her career.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like 7 years old, so really I was like, all right, I guess I'm going.
Yeah, you have no choice, right? So what took you back to Europe?
What took me back?
Yeah, what took you back?
American politics.
Oh, well,
No,
we're not
no,
gonna get into that.
No, immigration.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you had no choice.
I had no choice. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, being European and trying to live in America is not an easy task.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
So you weren't able to get like dual citizenship, even though you were so young and you had no choice.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you look into it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And now, now I kind of go back and forth, and
that's awesome.
that's cool.
Yeah, it's fun. I am not gonna lie. I went to Europe once. I found it like after going. So I went to London. I went to Greece, and then Italy, and then I went to London. And I'm like, it's all kind of like Europe, but it was like way more expensive in London. Why?
London is crazy.
Like, why is it so expensive?
Oh my God. If I could speak another language, I'd live somewhere else. Like, I'm screwed. I have to speak English, and it's one of the most expensive places in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. I guess it is one of the meccas, I guess. But it's always raining and stuff.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
Like, who would want to I don't know. We're not going to bash London, but what's your favorite thing about living in London? Yeah, shout out to London. What's your favorite thing about living there?
Well, I have my girlfand there, so that's probably my favorite thing.
Oh, it's so lovely. You're a lover boy. He's
but-
trying to earn some points.
If she's watching. I I like being able to walk around. I think that's cool. Here in LA, you're like, oh yeah, I gotta drive everywhere.
Yes, literally.
Yeah.
That's the worst part about
Yes.
LA for sure.
Yeah.
So you got new music on the way. The project that you're gonna be putting out soon, a new single, but Go for Broke, that's out now. What was the process of making that record, like in the studio?
Well, I write everything by myself. So I've been in the studio where like you've got other rappers or other like people and they're like, come on, like come up with something. But like mostly I write by myself, and then it just sounded good to me. And then I went in and with one of my producers named Atmospheres, shout out. I told him I was gonna give him a shout out. We went back into it and we made sure that it sounded good for me and that it hit. But it was still like inspiring. I actually had like this dude hit me up on Instagram, my first Vietnamese fan, and he was like, man, like I'm on the grind, and like really inspired me. And I was like, yeah, that's why. That's why I wrote it.
Would you say you're one of those artists that's like, I don't want to use the word like difficult to work with, but you're very like no, and follow me when I say this. Like you're just very passionate about your work, and that's what makes you like go back to your producer, like change this or do this or change that. Like I was just with Party, and he was talking about that where he's like. He was just like, yeah, I am. Like, I'm very passionate and serious about my art. So he's like, up till the release date, I was changing things and moving things around. Would you say you're like one of those artists too that's constantly changing little things? After the release date.
I'm like, oh wait, the master. I don't know, 808 sounds a bit blown out. Maybe we could like, yeah, I'm super hands-on. Like, every decision as it goes through me.
Do you know how to like engineer your own stuff?
I can engineer a bit. I produce a little bit. Okay. I'm a co-producer and everything. Okay. Yeah, I do everything. Just because, I don't know, when you're like starting out and stuff, you don't really have people around you like that can do that. So you kind of have to learn all these things yourself anyway. But yeah, if you hate something, you should blame me.
Yeah. So, none of us were born rich, well, some are like Kim Kardashian's kids and stuff like that, but not all of us, right? Not all of us are born rich. And the record is titled Go for Broke. Tell us about a time that you were kind of like at your lowest and you're like, damn, like I can't wait to get out of this position.
Oh, I was homeless in London for a bit. And I remember having like a suitcase and had like a fucked up wheel. So it would like never, and there's cobblestones in London, and I was trying to make it out there. I was also trying to do music, and I just remember like, because you have like the train system, right? And it's like it was maybe a little bit cheaper back then, but like you get a train ticket, and I would just ride it back and forth, trying to like wait out the hours, and hopefully someone would call me, like a friend, like, hey bro, you can sleep on the floor tonight, or da. And then like. But I remember, like, the person that, again, why I think music is therapy, is that Kid Cudi was, like, it was the first album, it was Heart of a Lion, and I would just have that in my head, like, all day. So, like, I look at him as, like, not only big influence, but, like, I think most people, like, in their 20s, like, Kid Cudi is, like, the big brother, you know what I mean? Wow. So that would probably be my lowest,
Yeah, he saved you in a moment when you're going through like your hardest time. So I hope that, you saying that inspired somebody out there, because everyone is always going through something,
for sure,
dealing with
especially
something.
Today.
Yeah, 100%. So if you could talk to someone that's going through that right now, what you experience, what would your best advice be? You
never know what tomorrow brings. I feel like when you're going through that situation, every second, every minute, every hour feels like the longest time ever. But you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Never know what opportunity you might get. Just make sure you stay on the path that you're trying to get to. And just make sure that you don't doubt yourself. I mean, which is a very hard thing to do because I definitely doubt myself a lot. But is to keep yourself healthy.
100%. Well, thank you so much for joining me. That was very inspirational. Very inspirational. I think you hit a soft spot in my heart for a second. But like you said, everyone is always going through something. You don't know what tomorrow brings you. You really don't. And it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Everybody, Go for Broke out now. Ace Rose in the building. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.